Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Tawana. How are you doing?
Hello. I'm doing well. How are you?
Hello, Monique King. Thank you so much for joining me. I don't know, Monique, do you watch the show? Because this show is Love on Stage is all black content on Kevin on Stage Studios app, and this is a really quality dating show. This is
Mm-hmm.
the second season, and the first season she's got three couples. Every season it seems like it's going to be three couples, but one last season, successful couple. They'll be getting married in a month. I
Yeah.
think you want it. So that's huge to me because
Yeah.
Monique and I we watch Married at First Sight and we watch
Oh, do you? I watched
yeah,
Married at First Sight too. Um, I think having three couples is more manageable.
yes. It's
You
more
know? So,
manageable and you really take a deep dive into these couples' personalities. Well, especially this last episode, like
yeah.
the first date is light and then they really go, but this girl, she starts to ask some questions.
Sharita?
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yes. So let's go. Okay, so I got to start with Melissa Fredericks, Love on Stage.
Live on stage.
Yes, I had to just start with her, and so the fact that this is her second season, and she's really trying to just like put Black love on the map. We
Yeah.
had Black love, but she's really trying to like put people together.
Yeah.
So
It exists.
it exists. Say that again. So we got James and Crystal, Nate
Hmm.
and Chandra, and Tremaine and Sharita.
Yes.
Now, Nate and Crystal, I already love her name, and she was
Yep.
very intentional. And she said, just bring him right
Bring
to
me James. Yes.
me, James, right. So I want to start with this couple. This couple is I'm not sure about this couple, right? This couple,
Girl.
you go ahead, Tawana.
They're on the fence for me. Like, I don't know. Like when they like the first date was kind of a
Right.
little rocky. So I think it was their nerves. But see, in the second episode, it seemed like as they continue to talk and just ask questions, they seem to be a little more at ease.
They seem to be a little bit more at ease. So just to break it down, so uh, their gifts are they're showing on the scavenger hunt what's the
Mhm.
last gift someone gave you, and what are your future aspirations, right?
Yes.
And his someone, he had just moved to Georgia, just moved to Atlanta, and he's out there mowing the lawn, and somebody gave him actually a really cool hat that like how will hide.
Yeah, like you put it in the freezer, like you fill the brim,
Mhm.
the top of it with water, stick it in the
Right,
freezer, and as the sun is beating down on you,
it starts
you
to
know,
melt.
it starts to melt
Mhm.
to keep you cool.
And I actually thought that was a really cool gift. I
Yeah.
was like, "Huh, that's something I would give
Mhm.
give to my father or something like that, or my brother." So I thought that
Yeah.
was a cool gift. I'm gonna get into her gifts next, because, and then his sister gave him my favorite Bible verse, which is Jeremiah 29:11. I know the
Yeah.
plans I have for you, saith the Lord. And I liked that. Uh, I don't know, James. I mean, no, that's not James.
Nate. This is
Nate.
Nate.
Nate. He's a trip to me because so he moved out to Atlanta not knowing why. He said that he wasn't prepared for the job. He was like unqualified for the job that they gave him.
Yeah.
And then he puts on this afro. And then
Girl.
what did you think? Go ahead.
When he put on the afro, I was like, does he want to get into costume? Like the first thing I thought was like Halloween.
Right.
I'm like, okay. And then he pulled out the Phantom of the Opera mask.
Right.
Like acting was the last thing on my list. The first thought that came to mind, I was like, does he want to be a stripper? Like,
Yes.
I don't know.
I don't know. And then of course, the last episode, he said that he had gone to a nude beach. So I was like, what is with this afro? And
So it
then
makes sense. The beach, the shorts, the mask.
yes, I
I thought
didn't
stripper.
I didn't understand. And so the mask, I started to think, okay, he wants to get into theater. Okay, but and even Chandra, she said what we were all thinking. Uh
You want to grow hair.
you want to grow hair? Like what's going on? And she's like the theater, the hair, it doesn't match. And so
Right.
he's just I feel like he's all over the place.
Yeah.
And like you said that he wanted the other girl. He's not I think he's I'm warming up to him, but he's not attracted to her.
Mm-mm. No, so I mean, I think the most that this will come from these two would just be a friendship.
Right.
I don't know if, they're going to talk often or whatever, but I don't see it.
So remember last season, and they're saying, let make sure they exchange numbers, make sure they exchange numbers. Now, I
Hmm.
don't think that he's like Jesus, but did you hear them talking about no, let me get your number?
I don't think I heard that.
Right. I just feel like
I
he's
mean,
not.
maybe they did,
Hmm.
but I don't know because I know at the end of the show, Melissa was talking to them one on one, like, "Hey, so how did you think it went? Did you guys exchange numbers, whatever?" But I don't recall if the two of them said that they exchanged numbers.
Right. So I don't feel like they're talking offline. I don't feel like they're, doing those next steps that people that are interested in each other are doing. Now,
Right.
I think she was interested she's attracted to him right off
Yeah.
the bat. She's attracted to this man.
Hmm.
But I think she's like, okay, he's a little goofy. I'm not sure. You know what I mean?
Nate, you think Nate is goofy?
I think she's thinking that he is. I don't think he's goofy, but I think he's coming off as goofy to her. Like he's not
Hmm.
focused. What did you think of the conversation? So he doesn't want kids under 16, anybody with kids under 16.
Right.
He has a 30-year-old and a 20-year-old.
Yeah. I mean, I can relate to that.
Hmm.
My children are 25 and 19.
But
But this is not her biological child. This is her brother.
hmm
So, I mean, that's a difference, but if I'm set on, like, I really don't want to date anybody that has a young child because I've been there before. I know all the time that it takes when you have younger kids who aren't so self-sufficient, you know, who still need you. So, I don't know. But if you're interested in someone, then I guess it really doesn't matter. You take whatever comes with them.
truly,
You know what
yeah.
I mean?
If you're truly interested, you
Right.
take the good with the bad. You take the good, the bad, and the ugly, right?
Yeah.
Uh, but I do agree with her that this was her father was he was going into a facility. They were going to take the child, and he was going into DFACS. I would
Yeah.
have done the same thing.
Yeah, because her father had passed away.
Right. Her father passed away. I thought she said her father just passed away. So explain to me this. Did she say he just passed away recently? But the child she's had since he's 2 and he's 9 now. I didn't get that. Did her father pass away 7 years ago?
Hmm. Well, so maybe I don't know.
Because it was, but okay, so the child is 9 now.
Nine.
She's had him since he was 2, and the child was about to go into DFACS. I
Right.
absolutely would have done the same thing. You don't
Oh,
want
absolutely.
absolutely,
I mean,
but
I would do the same thing if something were to happen to my sister and my brother-in-law.
mhm,
Like they have an 18-year-old and they have 12-year-old twins.
right,
No doubt about it. Did no question.
no question.
Let's
Uh,
go. Mhm.
but to your point, that's something that he's going to have to think about. Do I really want to,
Right.
be in a relationship with this person. So she, well, I want to get into her gifts now. She showed, she's all about the butterflies, right?
Yes.
And her friend gave her a gift where you open the box and the butterflies come out, and it's
Yeah.
all like this keepsake box,
Mm-hmm.
really sweet, right? And then she's got butterflies all over the house. And then she
Yes.
says, "I'm a Georgia peach, sweet and juicy."
Mm-hmm.
What did you think she was flirting or what?
I think she was flirting. Absolutely.
I think she was flirting too, but I really don't know that
Yeah.
he picked it up. I'm like, I don't know that he's because even Robert Bria and the what is he called? What is he? He's
The
a
body language specialist.
body language. That's
His
what I want
name.
to make sure because I
Hmm.
really like him. He picked it up too. But I don't know that.
Well, because I'm telling you, he's not interested. He's not interested in more than being just friends. You know what I
No,
mean?
he's not interested in more than just friends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and maybe he did pick up on it and, just didn't want to feed into it. Like, all right, let's move past that.
Hmm. Oh, are you saying you're not invested in this crop of couples? Because I am totally invested in this crop, especially this group.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So I want to get to um,
James and Crystal.
James and Crystal. So this is the we're I'm shipping this couple. Like this is done. This is done. So they said the last gift somebody gave you. I did. Was this something from your not something from your childhood? Which one was this?
No. So this one was something that means something to you.
Okay, something that means something to you. Okay,
Yeah,
and then this one was your dreams and aspirations, right?
correct.
So
Hmm.
her mother gave her a toolbox because I guess she just bought the house and
She's a
she's
homeowner.
a
Uh-huh.
homeowner and she's doing a lot. And I get it, girl. So yes, my father got me a toolbox and she's been doing all
Oh.
kinds of renovations. So and she's
Mhm.
really happy with this gift. It looks like she did this box. She did this little family like
It was a book.
it's a book. Yeah, this
Yeah.
10 aunts and uncles.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I really like the book. I really think that she's very family oriented. I really think
Yeah.
that she really believes in family, and I really appreciate that about her. And
Mm-hmm.
then she was an extra in
Black Panther.
Black Panther, and that's what she wore to the
The premiere of the movie.
premiere of the movie, but she was an extra as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want to get a little bit. So they were talking about, a lot of people are really working hard to get us together, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's watching, and that's another thing. You get to watch the women, the men get to watch their matches or potential matches might be, and the women want to see who their potential matches might
Yeah.
be.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she said, I like football player. I like somebody that's a teddy bear, but not a complete teddy bear.
Yeah.
And then he went and he flexed his
Yep.
muscle. This man, when you are intentional, this says it all when you're
Yes.
intentional.
Absolutely.
So Odette, O to Chef says that she's just interested. I don't know if you're here. She do apologize in the lawyer and his match. So that
Yes.
and we get that. We get that. I'm gonna go into we're gonna save Tremaine and Sharita for last.
Rita to last. Yeah.
Because that was just
That was a lot. That was like a bomb.
that was a bomb
Boom. Like, oh.
that to pull apart. So he was in the military, and this spoke to my heart because my father's a retired Marine, and my father has one of those as well. And my uncle, my father's brother, died, and my father has one of these as well. And
Okay.
I know that he has a best friend, and I guess I don't know who this best friend is in this picture, but he's created this group to teach young boys how to make sure and like be to cook and just
Mm-hmm.
to be able to fend for themselves. And I really
Yeah.
like he's so
Yeah.
enterprising,
The
right?
outside boys.
Yeah, outside boys, yes. And then this pot really speaks to his future dreams and aspirations.
My grandmother had a pot like that. She would
Oh yeah.
cook the best collard greens.
Yes, and that's actually what my grandmother cooked in her pot. And actually, she would cook. My mother also cooked the spaghetti in that pot too.
Mm.
Yes. So
Like
when she said
spaghetti.
that's the gumbo pot, I said yes, that is definitely the
Yep.
gumbo pot.
Yep.
I really wanted to show all of these pictures because he's so community oriented,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
even and I feel like his mother instilled that in him because when she couldn't really take care of him as much as she could,
Yeah.
there's an older couple that really showed, and young men need that.
They do. They do need positive people in their lives, not only their family, but maybe someone that's a trusted family friend, neighbor, or whatever, who's going to speak positivity into these young Black boys' lives because they need it.
Right. And that's why I really commend uh Chandra for doing that because
Yeah.
absolutely. So they talked about some things, but I still think, and again, I was going to say that I still think they're scratching the surface
Mm-hmm.
with these dates, but I also know that they are talking offline.
Oh yeah, they said that. You
Mhm.
know, he was like after this date ended, he slid into her DMs real quick and was like, "Can I have your phone number?" And
Right.
they talk all the time.
Let's talk about that because before we go to the last couple, because they've been talking about what does their future look like,
Mm-hmm.
what does their future house look like, specifics. Like
Yeah.
that's really important.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it is. Especially if you're looking to date with intentions.
Right.
You know, like when go back to Nate and Chandra,
Hmm.
you know, when she showed her vision board,
Good point.
you know, he was like, "Oh, so what's on the vision board?" He was like, "What is that in the middle with the blue ribbon?" And she was like, you know, "Oh, let me bring it closer so you can see." He was like, "Oh, I don't want to talk about that." I was like, "Okay, so we know." I don't think, from what I'm getting, I don't think he's looking to get married, right? Like, so we don't know how long he's been divorced, you know, and now, and his kids are older, so they don't need their parents as much. So I mean, like, he's doing him right now.
Exactly.
I don't think that he's looking to get tied down with anybody.
He's
I
doing
think
him in see-through shorts. He
I
is like
think he's just looking to date, you know. I, that's just what I'm getting.
he's looking to have friends. And you're right. He was like, "What's that right there with the ribbon?
Yeah.
What is that? What?
He's like, "Oh no." Mm-mm.
Oh, okay, okay. Let's move on. What is that? A car? What kind of
Yep.
car is that? A Range Rover?"
Yep. Absolutely.
I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
come on, Nate, come on, Nate." So
Yeah.
yeah, he's looking to have a friend. Uh,
Hmm.
they are really talking and they are making future plans. So I love them.
Yeah.
So this couple right here, you go ahead, you start. You start.
So, I mean, Tremaine is really nice. He is really nerdy, but in a cute way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's not like so far left that you don't know or understand what he's talking about. Like you could vibe with Tremaine. And I thought his three things that he had were really good, like the inside of the Nintendo cartridge,
Right.
that's a Raspberry Pi
Mm-hmm.
in his techie world, you know. And then he seemed really excited about that 3D printer.
Yes.
I mean, he was like over the top, like, "It's a 3D printer, you know, I can do this, I can do that." Oh, you know, I mean, just went on and on. But at first, he didn't say who gave it to him. And he didn't want to say, it
Right.
was from an ex. I mean, which is, I mean, okay. Like, what's her name? Chantel?
Sharita.
Sharita. Oh, sorry, Sharita.
That's okay.
We all have a past.
Hmm.
We're older. We have a past. So no need to brush by that. Like, she's not so sensitive or so invested yet into this relationship that I would get upset if you hold a gift near and dear to you that an ex gave you. Okay. So what?
Right. I his underlines things that he said, and the body language expert was just on fire every time
Mm-hmm.
their conversation. I agree. So the Raspberry Pi, that was cute. Then he went on to the 3D printer, and she was like, "I got. I have a question. I have a question. Uh, Tremaine, I have a question."
Yeah. Yeah.
And he said, "Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?"
He said that a couple of times. Hmm?
Uh, and then she said, "I have a question. Who gave you the printer? Who gave you?"
Yeah. Who
And,
gave it to you?
he said, I had to write it down because when I watched it over again, I said, "Oh, he said moving right along." He said moving right along.
Yes.
I didn't hear him the first time, so he was like
Uh-huh.
under his breath, moving right along.
Moving
I said,
right
"Man,
along.
we know a woman gave you the printer.
Yeah, like, come on.
Let's speak about it. Just speak
Men
about it."
and their fear of being transparent.
Yes,
Like, we just met. Like,
it's okay. It's
it's okay. Like, we're getting to know each other.
right. And we're
So
getting
what?
to know each other. So she got so he said, my ex, listen, my ex gave me the printer. She gives really good gifts. I'm actually trying to pull up, I want to take, it was like a little 15-minute clip of it
Mhm.
because the verbal and the nonverbal communication was just like a lot. It was
Yeah.
so good. Um, and I was like, James, just say who gave you. And
Yeah.
I
Name.
appreciate. So talk about that because she was very much, it's okay, we're grown,
Yeah.
right? And he didn't want to talk about it. And he said, listen, my ex gave great gifts,
Yeah.
um, and she said, it's okay, I have an ex-husband.
Yeah.
But this a little quick thing, and I'm trying to pull it up, y'all,
Uh-huh.
where uh he said my ex and her wife.
Yeah. Because she asked, where's the mother of your twins, your 8-year-old twins?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to get to, y'all. Sorry. But
And
um
he says she's out of town or lives out of state.
mhm.
And then he started talking about how they get along and co-parent well, and they've done a family vacation. And then that's when he mentioned the wife, and even I was like, wait, what? Oh,
Right. And even Melissa was like, huh, what?
okay. Yeah, now wait, what was
And
it?
what was that? What was that again? What
Oh,
was said?
right.
And that's when the body language expert, he was like, wait, so you see how when people, and it's true, when
Yeah.
people get uncomfortable and then they get cotton mouth and then they don't know how to say something,
Yep. The lip draws in, like,
like
unsure.
how do I say this? What am I, how am I gonna phrase this? What's gonna, and
Right.
and Bria picked up on it because I had to, like, when I watched it the second time, he waited for her to take it in. He
Right.
wait. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he's waiting for her to really
Have
like.
a reaction to it. He wanted to see her reaction
Mhm.
and what she was going to say, because I mean, I don't think it's something that you can brush past, because that is, whether people agree with it or not, when you have children with someone and you two are no longer together, like how the other parent functions and what they do in their day-to-day lives and how they're dating, it will ultimately affect your kids, and then that affects you. Like, especially if the kids are having a bad experience or whatever, you know?
Do
But
you think so? I'm going to ask a question, and I really want if there we do have anybody in here. Do you guys think that she was a little too um
abrasive?
there you go. I wanted because I don't like calling black women assertive, and I'm trying to choose my words, but I was
Yeah.
so
I think she was very she's not for the games. You
mhm.
know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm gonna be straightforward. I expect straightforward answers. Let's not tiptoe around situations because we're too old. Right? So she's been married before. He's never been married.
Mhm.
So she's like, I don't have time for this. This. Let's get straight to the point.
On one hand, I appreciated that about her. I do appreciate that about her, and I really saw that she picked up on it. She picked up on, okay, I might have been interrogating this man a little bit.
Yeah,
She picked up. I said, you're seeing that you might be a little, you need to like pull back a little
yeah.
bit.
Well, like I said, she's been married before. So,
Hmm.
ain't nobody got time for games.
True.
We're too old for that.
So he asked the question too, because, and that's why I really wanted to pull this picture because she said something that was real interesting to me. That marriage is a financial construct or financial,
Contract. Mm-hmm.
and I almost felt like and she really just touched on, the divorce of it all. When
Mm-hmm.
you separate and you get divorced, the court doesn't care about your emotional connection. That's true,
Right. They
but
don't.
that's true, but Tremaine is still. I feel like Tremaine is a little bit more in touch with the emotions. So, do you think that she's kind of? I don't want to say emotionally detached.
No, I mean, well, like she. I'm sorry. She's been through a divorce before,
Mm-hmm.
so she knows what that other side is like. So sorry.
That's okay.
So she knows what that other side is like. Having to go to court, having to divide up assets. So she has taken the rose-colored glasses off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's like, listen, this is what it is. This is what happens. I've been through this before. I don't want to go through this again. So whereas Tremaine, he hasn't been married. He's just been in like long-term relationships where no assets had to be split. Of course, I'm sure she loved her husband
Mm-hmm.
and that they loved each other. But when you take love out of it, it's the finances.
Right.
You've got property together. Maybe you've got kids together. Like love goes out the door at that point.
So, okay. So, touching on that, and let's build on that because she also said she really believes that love is something that grows over time, and that's why after 20 years, people can just fall out of love, and some people can, still stay in love and want to work on it.
Yeah.
And I kind of, I'm going on this line of conversation because I feel like I'm on Tremaine's side about this. Like, I feel like she was kind of rigid,
Hmm.
and she agreed with that. Like, yeah, I do feel like I am a little bit rigid, but I feel like there's some trauma there with the divorce. Do you think that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I said, she's been through it before. So she knows the emotional effect that it has, emotional, mental,
Hmm.
possibly even physical, when you're going through something like that. We don't know how it ended,
True.
you know? And then people do grow and change over time, but you have to be willing to let your partner grow if you're not there yet.
Right.
You know what I mean? And communication is key.
And communication is key. I feel like even though Tremaine is the nerd, she's somebody and that's and it's this is a you have to be that this person to learn from experience and want to learn from whatever mistakes and experience and everything. But I
Hmm.
almost feel like she's almost not too learned, but she's this learning from my mistakes has kind of built up a wall. What do you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah.
I think that she's kind of built up a wall. Like she wants to find somebody, and she also is like, I'm a little bit, you know, hard to take as well. Tremaine's like,
Hmm.
I'm a lot. Tremaine kept saying I'm a lot, and I was like, you're a nerd, but I don't know if you. She might be a little bit more than you.
Right. Right. Well, I think just because she's very straightforward,
Hmm.
she's like, listen, like I said before, I don't have time to dance around these questions.
Right.
I'm gonna ask because I want to know. And she's expecting the truth,
Yeah.
some vulnerability.
Some vulnerability. Yes. Okay. I love that you just said that because she was like, "This is the side I want to know about you." I'm gonna y'all the actual video clip is not gonna is, but I can do I think I can do the sound, but
Hmm.
I'm only gonna do a little clip of it because anything over 30, I won't do anything over 30 seconds at a time.
Right.
You when you don't make us have to. Mhm. Right. But then if you don't, I tell Kev all the time, I don't do because you're here. Yeah. But okay. She needs a break, and this is really important to me. Okay. Where's the mother of your 8-year-old twins? Oh, that's how you do it. In another state. Okay. We are friends, cordial, all those things, co-parenting. I need to correct myself, right? Because when I get nervous, it's the first word that comes to my brain that I use, like full custody, right? We co-parent. She needed a break, and it was during the pandemic. It was just kind of a lot. And I said, listen, it's okay. You don't have to feel any type of way about it. It's okay for mom to take a break. So if I've been full time, then I will do. So I actually didn't mind that she asked that question. I think it's important,
Absolutely.
especially if you want to see where this is going to go with this man.
Yeah.
Like I on one hand, I'm like, okay, you are a little bit rigid and you are like kind of putting him on the spot a lot. But then at the same time, she would say some things that would be like, if we ever do, make this last and go down the line, go down, and actually get married, don't sing that
Yeah.
song. Like, so I was like, okay,
Or
so
or not even married, but just get into like a committed relationship or some type of a relationship. Let's not, like I said, dance around these questions.
let's not dance around these questions.
Yeah.
And and honestly, yeah, you're right. I appreciate that she was so forward.
Hmm.
Um, and like you said, she's not here for the BS. She
No.
wants to see if this is somebody that I would spend a long time with. Um, of course, I love the puppy picture because I'm a dog lover and I have my little puppy. And that dog is very much like my dog is a Yorkie and about 5 pounds. And the way he was just relaxed on her forearm, that's the same thing my
Yeah.
dog do. Okay, we're gonna spend a couple more some more time on them because she said so the Minnie Mouse ears, she came from, and I had to write it down, a very strict faction, excuse me, of Christianity, and
Hmm.
she's a child at heart. A lot of these people said that they're spiritual but not religious,
Yeah.
and I appreciate that Bria said something about that because from what we saw, they kind of brushed past it.
Hmm.
What do you think? Because I think Tremaine said the same thing, that he's spiritual and not religious.
Yeah,
Um,
I think so. I think that's what he said. Like,
mhm,
I don't think, I think out of everyone that they interviewed, I think just about all the women said that they were spiritual and not religious.
mhm. Yeah, most of them did.
Hmm.
Definitely, most of them did.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because yeah, sometimes you can religion can like bind you, and then when you get to be an adult, you're like, wait a minute,
Hmm.
um I need to find my own way. And
And my kids are going through that right now.
mhm,
And it's like, I've taken them to church, Sunday school, we've done the vacation Bible school, all of that, all through, when they were elementary school, middle school, high school. They started to get away from it because they became active in sports.
mhm.
But, and they came to me and, had a conversation with me. And I said, hey, listen, I did my best in taking you guys to church and keeping you guys involved in everything, but I'm not going to be upset because it's part of life. You need to find your own way. You need to find what works for you.
Did you talk to them about, like, you still want them to believe in God, but you don't mind that they find
Well,
what looks
they
like them?
they need to believe in something bigger than themselves.
Okay.
Whether they say it's God or their ancestors or spiritual or whatever, but you need to believe in something that's bigger than you.
Yeah, it
You
makes
know,
sense.
I can't tell them, oh, you've got to believe in God. You've got to,
Right.
you've got to do this. You've got to do that. Because I mean, for the most part of their adolescence, that's pretty much what they've been told. Not in so many words, but by me bringing them to church.
Mhm.
Keeping them like joining the choir, the junior usher board, praise dance team, all of that stuff, just trying to keep them
Spiritually grounded.
spiritually grounded as young kids.
Right.
But, and I feel like, when you allow them to do that, whether you allow them to do it or not, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But we always come back to
Mhm.
what we know.
And it's so funny. I was in this debate about Married at First Sight, and how what's her name, Lindy. A lot of people were saying no, she's not religious anymore. I said no, she's still, but she may not be Seventh-day Adventist, because it was just driven into her
Hmm.
so hard that when
Yeah.
she felt like she strayed a little bit as far
Right.
as having sex out of marriage, then it was just weighed down on her that she
Right.
was just a horrible person and stuff.
Hmm.
So now she just doesn't want to be as strict with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people just want to find their own way, and what religion, what
Yeah. I think it's a natural course of life.
it's a natural course of life. It's a natural course of
It's
life.
not something that you can't force anybody to do that, especially when they can think for themselves.
So I'm gonna go back to this because last point about, and I'm kind of sticking on what's her name, Sharita, a little bit
Mhm.
more. Well, yeah, this whole second part of the date was really interesting to me, because so they talked about their future goals and aspirations, right? And
Mhm.
he had it on the board what his goals and aspirations was, and hers were not written down. And I really, at first she said because she's ever evolving. Now, what did you think about what she said, her being ever evolving? Did she seem unfocused? Because she said, first I wanted to do a
She went
flower shop,
right.
then go, and what else?
I don't think she's unfocused. I think maybe she didn't like do the research in owning several flower shops, or
Hmm.
what it would take to own the different flower shops. And then that's when she was like, well, maybe I need to do more bring in more passive um,
Income.
income, and then do like the flower shop as a side hustle. So I don't think she's unfocused. I think that she's just still figuring things out. But I just think as women, we're always changing.
True.
I mean, I can wake up tomorrow and be like, you know what, I want some grits and eggs. And then,
But
now
Tawana,
I don't want
you,
that anymore.
but Tawana, grits and eggs and your career path or being flighty is two totally different things now.
I
Come on.
know they're on the opposite ends of the spectrum, but I'm just saying, like, ever evolving, ever changing.
Okay, ever evolving and not flighty a little bit.
Now, see, you're using hurtful words. No, they're not hurtful. I don't think she's flighty.
Okay, I don't
Well,
think
you
I
know
don't.
what?
It's not that. I just feel
No,
like
no, no. No, but you know what? So she's had a lot of jobs, a lot of occupations. She said that in the
a lot
first,
of You said say that again. A lot of occupations.
she's had a lot of occupations, right?
Yes.
Because she
Uh-huh.
used to work for, she was an air traffic
Yes.
control.
Mm-hmm.
And then, well, that one just really sticks out, but she's had a lot of occupations in her lifetime.
Right. I don't think that's a bad thing.
No.
I mean, air traffic controller. You have to be detailed. You have to really, you know, be focused. So I
Mm-hmm.
guess that answers that question. But at the same time, I think she just is somebody that really wants the experience, um, and like experiences. And hmm, I don't know. I'm just very because this whole, you know, wanting all of the different experiences and being ever evolving, but then at the same time, um,
Does that?
thinking that love is a financial contract. What did she say?
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah, she
want
said a financial contract. I
financial
mean, so
contract.
for
Uh,
you as a young woman, if you were dating someone or getting to know someone, not even dating them, but just getting to know them, hanging out with them, going out on dates or whatever, and if they told you, "Oh, I'm always evolving," would that throw up a red flag for you? Would you be like, explain yourself. What do you mean?
at 40 something, I would a little bit,
Yeah.
but a little bit of a red flag. But at the same time, I understand someone that's had. I've had a lot of different jobs, but the same occupation.
Mm-hmm.
But also I like a lot. I like to be creative, as you know. I love to do, real estate. I understand that. I just this whole this it made me question some things. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there because I was actually saying that we got, definitely, I thought that they were on the right track, and now I'm changing my mind. So
Okay.
that's why I'm on this path. That's why I'm asking all these questions. Because
Mm-hmm.
to me, it's almost like she was looking for a reason. Oh, it's almost like she was looking for a reason. And another part of it was the part where they talked about, of course he's quoting Music Soul Child. Another part he quoted Baby Boy. He's doing all
Yeah.
of these quotes, and I was like, did he not just quote Baby Boy? So he's
Yes.
doing all of these quotes, but then she was like, she actually snapped right back. She said, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Like, and he said, oh, the measure of a man is to never cry, to work till you die. And she said, no, I'm not going to do that. That's not. And I appreciated her
Mm-hmm.
stance on it, but I was just like, ooh, I don't know. And I don't know if this is a good fit.
Right.
What did you think of that? Because even the panelists, even Robert and Bria were like, they sat back. What did you think? Like, I was just, I was started to side eye this one. So what did you think?
Yeah, I mean, rigid.
Rigid.
Like relax. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. When she first came on, she seemed like no nonsense,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like
Mm-hmm.
I thought the shirt, I don't know if it was just a shirt or a dress that she had on,
The white or the black? Which one?
the
The
white.
white.
The
Yeah.
first,
Uh-huh.
yeah, she got the white,
With the
like
pink
she,
under it.
it's like lacy or whatever or something. Yeah,
Mhm.
like relax. Yeah, like this. Well, you
Just
can't
yeah.
see what I'm pointing to, but yeah, just relax. I just thought that was just the first impression that I got. Like relax. Like she
Right.
just seemed really.
Rigid. And she's not rigid. I mean, looking at, and I said that I'm going to do a whole, I might do a whole spread of the many colors, the many, fashions of Sharita, because, she's got this style. She's got with the hair, like
Mm-hmm.
she's got character and she's got all of this creativity, but I just felt like we didn't see it in
Right.
this date.
Right.
So, I mean, on one hand, it's important that you ask these questions, these important questions.
Yeah, but we need to see the fun side too.
That's where I'm going with this.
Like she's just all about business, business, business. Let's go. I want to know this, this, and this. Answer me now.
Right. Yes, answer me now. And I was like, okay, I'm not sure about this. And now, um, I think that he appreciated. We say all this to say, you know, that yes, she did seem very rigid, but then he
Mhm.
also DM'd her and said, "I need that math," and she was like, "What does that mean?"
What do you mean? Like I got it. Like the math. Okay, I need your number.
I totally got it. I totally got it. I was like, "I need your number. This man wants your
Yeah.
number." So I'm gonna try to play another sound, but I want to make sure and not go over 30 seconds. 1 second,
Yes.
because hold on a second. Let me see. That. And so, when you do other things or with me, and sort of, when you're ready for them to come back home, that's fine. It's going to hurt my heart. But mama need to have a life too, Jody. It's okay. It's cool.
Yeah.
That is
not another state.
I expected. I'm sorry, what?
In another state. She's in another state.
Okay.
But
What is it a parenting situation?
Oh yeah,
Like,
absolutely. Oh, we're super good. Hey, what do you think about this or whatever? I want to go on a vacation. We're thinking about doing a blended family trip with her wife.
Wait, what? Wait.
Yeah, yes.
Why did I do
that? And it's cool because listen, it's already there. It's already happened. Or them, but how? I really wish I could play the video because her mouth got so cotton.
Yeah.
So cotton mouth, and everybody in the room was like, "Wait, what?
Wait, what is it?
What did he say?"
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the whole time. But I appreciate that she realized that. Okay, I was sitting there petting that dog, and I was interrogating him.
She said she felt like she was on this in the psychiatrist or psychologist chair or couch or something. Yeah.
So
You
that's
need
a
to
good thing.
loosen up a little bit.
Loosen up a little bit, and just loosen up, and just loosen up. Don't interrogate him. Hold on, let me see if I got another part. In separating these two entities that used to be a union. So I felt you. Half of me was like, yeah. Another half was like, oh, she's so rigid.
I am. Because I want to be transparent. I want to tell the truth. So the truth is, when you dissolve a marriage, if there were any type of joint assets, the court doesn't care about your feelings and the love loss. They care about the financial assets.
Jermaine asking Sharita about the whole marriage contract situation was a really important question because he obviously sees marriage a little bit different and trying to come to a mutual understanding, at least of what she meant, and then also giving himself the opportunity to express his views to Sharita and get her feedback.
So, Melissa has a point that it was, it's important to have these, I disagree with that point, but we can still get along and everything. That's good. That's a good thing to just have these talks now. So yeah, I just felt like, she's just been asking like one. It was straight out the bat. So do you think that this is a conversation that could have been on date 3? When is the right time to like have the
Um,
about the exes and stuff?
I mean, I think they can come up at any point, but I don't think someone has to be feel comfortable telling you these things. You know what I mean? Because she's just so straightforward with the questions, and she's not relaxed.
Mm.
Right? Because like she didn't even pick up on the baby boy quote.
That's exactly.
So it was just like, all right, next. Have a little fun. Loosen
Right.
up. Like those questions will get answered. I mean, y'all not going to the altar next week.
Right.
It's just a date. It's virtual.
It's a date. It's a virtual date. And
I understand you wanting some transparency, but delivery is important too.
yeah, that's what I got to. And that was my whole thing. I was like, ooh, Sharita, one, just relax. It's important to have these conversations, but I don't know if you need to have it right now with him. And he picked up now I picked up on the fact that he was uncomfortable. Did she even pick up on that fact that he was uncomfortable? I do think she was trying to make him a little comfortable. We're grown. We can talk about this stuff.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know if it was too soon, but like I said, it's all in your delivery.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, so tell me about your twins. How do you and the mom get along?
Right.
And maybe she needs to get all these questions out of the way before she can relax.
That's a good point.
I don't know.
You know what? You do have a point though, because maybe she is the type of personality that she can't relax and have the fun until she gets these pertinent questions out of the way. Because I really started to think, did I see her smile? And I don't think she smiled until she had that dog in her lap.
Yeah.
I don't think she smiled. And I was like, Sharita, you have a beautiful smile. Like I was like, until she's had that dog in her lap, she did not smile and relax. But
I think maybe on the first date she did. I think she did a little bit.
The first part when she was talking about her friends in band camp. That's funny.
This one time in band camp.
This one time in band camp, but yeah. Until then, I was like, she's not smiling, and now she wants to ask all of these questions. Is she smiling, and is she interested? Is she relaxed? Yes. So I just felt their whole date was just a lot of the nonverbal cues. The body language expert, he talked about, of course, her mouth getting cotton mouth when you're nervous and when you're uncomfortable. But you could tell him just like him tensing up. There was a lot of things that the body language expert, I really liked him.
Yeah. So I hope he stays on the panel.
Yes. Sherelle is going to be back next week, but I really hope. Where are my body language expert? Oh, there they are. There he is. He was also engaging more and now he could have engaged last episode, but they could have cut some of his conversation.
Yeah.
But I liked him and I liked what he said. I liked what he said and what he brought to the table. So he's definitely going to be back.
Yeah.
Um, I just really their date now again. I brought up all of these questions because I'm gonna tell you what I really was like. There, I think this is two. I think that this is gonna be. Even though he's a nerd and she's an overthinker. I was like, they still gonna make it. I still have faith in them. I know Ode to Chef doesn't have any faith in them. Only
only, only James and Crystal.
only James and Crystal. But I'm just like, ooh, this last date. What did you think? So what do you think? Is your faith waning? Excuse me, in them?
It is like they were both excited to meet each other and hoped that, oh, I hope this is who I get matched up with. Um, but I need her to loosen up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
just loosen up a little bit. Tremaine seems like he wants to have a lot of fun. Like it's virtual. Let's have some fun.
Right.
It doesn't have to be. Tell me this. Now answer that.
Mm-hmm.
Now you said this at the first time. Now which is it? Just loosen up. I mean, you'll get your questions answered.
And that's another thing she said when she was talking to Melissa. She said, friendship first,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that
Yeah, but I kind of felt like it was like a job interview.
yes, yes, it was like
Like the no nonsense, no smiling.
mhm. It was a job interview for her, and I was like, relax, and maybe next time they're gonna be building a charcuterie board that she'll just
Oh,
yes, next time they're gonna be building a charcuterie board. I
maybe we should build one.
maybe we should build one.
Okay.
Okay, you guys, I think that's what we're gonna do. I think we can we'll build one along with the show. While they're building a charcuterie board, we'll build a charcuterie board. So you guys, I hope you guys will build a charcuterie board along with us because that's gonna be mad fun.
Yes.
Yes, so we'll build a charcuterie board for the next review. I'm just hoping that she relaxes, and I think that she's really interested. But now, you know what? I don't know. I just I don't know how. I'm not sure. I want to because I've posed all of these questions. I
Yeah.
I think he's really interested. He DM'd her, asked her for her number, but I think that she's an overthinker, and I think that there's still some trauma from her ex
Her first
relationship.
marriage. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. I just think that there's a lot of trauma and a lot of uh questions from the previous relationship. I know that it seems like that she doesn't want kids though, right?
I don't think so. Or she has no kids.
She has no kids. She had a stepson from the ex-husband.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that, and I think yes, he had the baby boy reference, and
Mm-hmm.
then he had another reference. What was the other like? Did
I
she?
can't I can't recall the other reference, but the baby boy one just stuck out because that's one of my favorite movies.
Right, and I was like, "Yeah, are you picking up on any of this? And oh
She's
yeah, and then he's saying from ABC. It was what did he say? Sharita, you
oh
girl I never had, and
yeah.
and I wanna get to know you better. Like
Uh-huh.
this man is trying to lay it on thick. Sharita.
Tremaine is having fun.
Tremaine is having fun, but I don't know.
He's trying to get her to loosen up and have some fun also.
Right, that's it. He's trying to get loose, have her loosen up and have some fun also.
Yeah.
So you guys, thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
You've hung out with us for an hour. Next time we'll be building a charcuterie board. I hope more people come and hang out with us some more. And yeah, thank you so much. Good night.
Good night.